to TVC News this hour. Residents of the nation's capital affected by the latest act of vandalism of power facilities which caused blackouts are calling for more security presence across critical government infrastructure. The Electricity Protection Advocacy Center is also seeking a presidential commission of inquiry to halt persistent acts of vandalism of national assets. The report.
Theft and vandalism of transformers, as well as power line cables, are twin problems facing the nation's electricity sector. In recent times, these acts have become a recurring incident, leading to power outages and loss of revenues to businesses which rely on electricity. The latest vandalism has thrown many parts of the nation's capital into darkness. The Transmission Company of Nigeria, TCN, confirms the incident. Its 132 kV transmission line and underground cables, which take power to central area and environs, were vandalized. Residents of Maitama, Wuse, Jabi, Life Camp, Asokoro, Utako, and Mabushi are without power supply. TVC News went around the affected areas to feel the pulse of the people. Here in Papi, adjacent the Hybro Maitama, business owners like David Abaniwo are mostly affected. His business relies heavily on electricity, but it is now grounded because his generating set as an alternative to public electricity is faulty. His workers now take some sit idle and even have enough time to nap. He tells me the losses are unquantifiable.
When we recharge meter for like maybe 10,000, it will take us like 2 weeks. But with everyday spending of 20,000 naira, then we're not enjoying it. We're not gaining anything. And we have stuff to pay.
Other petty traders want an end to perennial vandalism of government assets.
Let there be security in everywhere. In all the areas, let there be a tight security so that all these things will stop, because by cutting the cables is not properly at all.
At Life Camp, homeowners and other residents want the authorities to put more security measures in place to safeguard government facilities.
I had to dry my meats under the sun, roast it and dry it, and all the other food items. You know, things are going bad, and the high cost of fuel, it's not funny.
This thing has been spoiling things from fridge. We cannot be able to pump water, even to charge phone safe. It's so hard.
The lack of these lights may contribute a lot to spoil all these perishable items in the fridge. It will affect us.
Prince Will Okori has vast knowledge of Nigeria's power sector. Mr. Okori blames the recurring acts of vandalism and theft of public assets on the government. He says these criminal acts have become one too many, which should be nipped in the bud. He calls for more citizens' engagement to halt the increasing spate of theft and vandalism.
Who is monitoring the transmission lines? Do the substations at the states, do they have vehicles to monitor the transmission lines? How much is devoted to that? When the government, because see, citizens will follow when the principles of good governance are applied: equity, justice, fair play, accountability, transparency.
He also supports the implementation of the 2023 Electricity Act, which stipulates punishments for vandals and other crimes against the state. Homes and businesses are counting their losses as government continues to do all within its reach to ensure that electricity is restored across affected parts of the nation's capital. But more importantly, citizens are calling for an end to perennial vandalism of government assets. Jokeyatsa, TVC News, Abuja.
Let's now turn attention to the tanker explosion in Niger State. We'd like to warn that you may find some of the images disturbing, and viewers' discretion is advised. The death toll has now risen to 86. Their bodies have been recovered and 80 of them buried in a mass grave at Diko Primary Healthcare premises. The mass burial was carried out by NSEMA in collaboration with Gurara local government area and volunteers between the hours of 5 p.m. on Saturday to 12. 5 other bodies were taken away for burial in the town by relatives and one still at the Diko PHC. 55 injured persons are still receiving treatment in hospitals. According to an eyewitness, the petrol tanker loaded with premium motor spirit at Diko Junction in Gorara local government area spilled some of its content, prompting residents to scoop fuel from the spillage.
Early in the morning today, it happened. People here were packing the fuel here, they were packing the fuel, they have finished packing the fuel, but they brought a generator that they would transport all these things that happened here to other vehicles. So, in terms of transporting it, then it happens to start a generator. When they start the generator, that is when the explosion just started. Seriously, people that die here are more than people that escaped the fire.
The governor of Niger State, Bago, has banned heavy-duty trucks from plying the Diko Bridge following the fatal tanker explosion. Governor Bago visited the scene where he described the incident as worrisome. He also instructed the sector commander of the Federal Road Safety Corps to establish a detachment in the area to ensure compliance.
We need the cooperation of the Union Transport, the Road Safety, and also the Nupeng people. All trucks cannot take one way on this flyover. They must go down and take a U-turn after Duku. You must enforce it from this moment. Enforce it. So I want a sector commander, you must put a unit here, a detachment here, permanent. At any point in time, we find anybody taking one way here, deal with the person. Confiscate the car, the truck. You cannot be killing people. The lives of Nigerians, innocent Nigerians that have been lost today, only God knows. This is pathetic. We are even lucky it didn't extend to these villages here because of the recklessness of drivers. This is our position as a government, and we are going to enforce it.
Because we have to kids.
Residents of Arepo community in Obafemi Wudi local government area of Ogun State.
Arepo is one of the Ogun State communities sitting very close to Lagos. The community is along the Lagos-Ibadan Expressway under the Obafemi Wudi local government area. Arepo has huge presence of people working in Lagos but living in Ogun State. It also owns the popular Journalist Estate Phase 1 and 2, Orange Estate, Great Eid Estate, among others. On Thursday, 16 January 2025, one of the residents, Folashade Odumosu, a wife of a retired Assistant Inspector General of Police, Akim Odumosu, was kidnapped in the area. The police commissioner in Ogun State, Lanre Ogunlowo, confirmed the incident and told TVC News that the police is working on how to rescue the victim. A visit to the area where the incident happened at Amino Close in Vera Estate, Arepo, shows that the community shares boundary with a swampy area. Policemen led by the Divisional Police Officer of Wariwa, John Ayegbede, and their vehicles were stationed at strategic locations in the area. One of the residents said the victim was attacked at the entrance of her compound and that the kidnappers tried to break into her car before she opened the doors and they took her away. I'm right here at the spot where the incident happened. This is where the victim was kidnapped. The suspected kidnappers launched attack on her while she was trying to enter into her residence. This is her apartment, and you can see the presence of the policemen. Of course, they are here, they've been here trying to get details of what happened and find a way of rescuing the victim. This is the vehicle she went out with, and on her way back, they attacked her at this spot, and of course, they tried to break the glass, but unfortunately, they succeeded in getting her out of the vehicle before they took her away. And taking her away, they passed through this side. There is I can call this place a swampy area. Some call this area the creek because it's very, very long and wide. This stretch, you can see right from this place. You can see right from this place how
the place, the bush. This is waterlogged. Some people call it a swampy area, and very, very long. So to get into the thick of this, one will need major support from security agents. So residents are actually calling on the state government to support the police in ensuring that this area is properly combed, in ensuring that people who want to perpetrate evil will not hibernate or hide in this area to launch attack into the Arekpo community. They say this is gradually becoming a reoccurring thing for them, because it happened years back before an attack was launched on them, and of course they leave them for a while, and now they have also launched another attack on them. So they are calling on both the state and of course security agents to support them in Arekpo community. In fact, some of them are also calling that in this community they need the presence of police, so that they will have maybe police station or police post. At least with the presence of police station or police post in this community, they will be able to have a kind of relief.
The residents say they want their identities to be protected and express shock over the incident. They appeal to the government to ensure safe release of their neighbor who is still with our abductors. They also call for improved security in the area.
I felt so bad. As I'm talking to you, I'm still feeling it. It's somebody I know. I don't know how she's feeling right now. I don't know her pains. I don't know whether she's suffering from one thing or the other, that he needed to take medication, and she's just there being kept or captive. I just say, pray that God should release him and give those people a heart of flesh. I know it's a heart of stone that is making them to do all of this, but God should touch them, and that woman should not be harmed. Let her come back home safely, because the security is just nothing to write home about. I just want them to come and see for themselves and see how it's going.
We would like a police post to be within this our Arekpo vicinity. I think it's long overdue to have a police post here, rather than having to run all the way to Wawa whenever we have incidences like this. Secondly, we won't mind if there's another area bombardment of the creeks, because for people to have come all the way from the creeks and perpetrate such a crime, it takes somebody that knows the vicinity, that knows how to navigate the bushes and the swampy area here, to come in from that direction and still go out that same direction. The
chairman of the estate board, Jegede, who was not available as at the time of our visit, says he wants the government to reactivate military posts in the area and provide them with necessary tools, including gunboats and area attack, which they used to dislodge them in 2016 when they experienced similar things. Although the police say they are closing in on the kidnappers, the residents say they are praying for Mrs. Odumosu's safe release or rescue in order for her to be reunited with her family. Kazimolowe, TVC News, Arekpo.